Is Betty the killer? That's the question this episode has me asking. So, episode 3 begins with my prayers being answered that Cheryl did not kill Jason. She just helped him fake his own death so he could escape Riverdale. Phew, I was hoping I wouldn't have to turn on my favorite character. But we have this cop here who seems to come to a conclusion that Cheryl is covering up for Jason with lies and that she actually the one who killed him. Now listen, bro, I'm not gonna say too much to you right now, but watch your mouth, please. So then Archie goes to the cop and the principal, and he tells them that the morning of the gunshot on July 4th, Archie heard the gunshot as well. When asked who was he there with, he said he was there with his dog, and asked what he was doing, he said he was working on music. Totally covering up for Miss Grundy. More reasons to ship this ship. Which brings me to this. Is anybody really shipping this ship? And to be honest, this ship is making me cringe. And by the way, during this scene, Archie said the reason he told was because they were going to crucify Cheryl. So you think is he just doing that out of kindness, or is there some kind of secret ship between Cheryl and Archie that we don't know about? Maybe I'm overthinking it. So then Chuck and Veronica go on their date, which later Veronica finds out that she was a part of a game that the football players play to get points. Kind of like a pawn. And he gave her a sticky maple. Well, he really didn't give her one. He just tweeted that he gave her one. And part of me felt like Veronica deserved it, but then after 2 seconds, she really did it. I think I have forgiven Veronica. So then they later go and they get a couple witnesses that were also part of the game. Then they go sneak into the school, find a notebook, and they find out that Jason's name was a part of the game as well. And guess whose name he had beside his? Polly, Betty's sister. Oh, the irony. Finding this out then ticks Betty off, and she invites Chuck to a party or a get-together. I don't really know what she said. In an attempt for revenge. Which brings me to this scene right here. And guys, I'm sorry for me being biased, but I'm really starting to worry about one of my favorite characters in Betty. So the scene begins with Chuck going to whoever's house this was with the pool and the hot tub, and Veronica coming to the door, which he was expecting Betty. However, Veronica infers him that she is also getting involved in this altercation, making this a threesome. So, my man Chuck, he's got it going on. Well, what you think he has it going on. So after Veronica lures him into the hot tub, he then asks, are we waiting for Betty? And which brings me to the topic at hand. I don't know who was this that walked through the door. I don't know if it was Betty. I don't know if it was some other side of her. I just don't know. But I'm saying this because, and I quote, she stated, Betty could not make it, so she sent me. And the look on Veronica's face is the same look I made when she came through the door. That, who the heck are you look? Yeah, and also, I don't know if Veronica was actually kind of checking Betty out. I mean, everyone thinks these guys should be a couple for some reason. But we're off of that. So after a couple of drug and drinks and getting them drunk, Chuck finds himself handcuffed in the hot tub and the temperatures are rising. And Betty threatens to burn this guy alive. Totally acting like a homicidal killer. So after getting him to confess of not giving Veronica a sticky maple, Betty is not done. When I say this, I mean she takes her foot and sticks his head more deep into the bubbling pool and calls him Jason and calls herself Polly and tries to make him apologize about hurting Polly, which she refers to Polly as herself. And at this point, I'm starting to believe that Betty is the killer because after being subdued by Veronica, she makes this weird, crazy look like, oh, I'm Betty again. What in the world? So at this point, I'm starting to believe and know that Betty has two personalities. One where she believes that she is indeed Polly, and the other where she believes she is herself. So then we move to Archie having some kind of touching moment with his dad about his music. I really enjoyed this moment. Then Betty doesn't even remember having a meltdown and totally becoming a whole different person from last night in her conversation with Veronica, totally bringing suspicion to an all new high with the Betty is the murderer campaign. And then Chuck is then thrown off the football team, which Jughead states that is going to cause major problems in the future. And then they interview the scout guy, Doily. I don't know what kind of a name is Doily. And he states that he saw Mrs. Grundy's car on the day of July 4th. And then the narrator, who is most definitely Jughead, says that helping his buddy Archie is totally out of the picture now. He can't protect him in his secret. And by the way, the lack of use of Cheryl Blossom in this episode totally kind of ticked me off. I mean, we saw a little bit of her, but we need this girl in the show a majority of the time. But overall, this was a pretty good episode. Really great. I think the episodes, as they go on, are getting better and better. More questions are being answered. And it seems like the more and more we get down the road, the more and more mystery that continues to unfold. And in total honesty, I don't believe Betty is the killer for one reason, because she is a main character in the show. I mean, she's already been introduced and she probably is already a lot of people's favorite character. So they can't just make her be the murderer and then just throw her in jail and now you have a main character off the show. I mean, it makes no sense. However, she seems to be the only character who is posing any characteristics or qualities and actions of being the murderer of Jason Blossom, which is really weird, and I think the writers are doing a really good job. To be honest, I really don't believe the killer has been introduced yet, but it's coming. But guys, let me know who you think the killer is in the comment section. Let me know, what do you think about this episode? Do you think the killer is Betty? Do you think it's Mrs. Grundy? Do you think it's Archie's dad? Do you think it's the cameraman? I don't know. Just let me know. Do you think he or she has been introduced? Please let me know in the comment section. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. And for more Riverdale videos, hit that subscribe button.